Over the past few weeks, I have been transforming my bland bedroom to a master bedroom deserving of that title. From thrift flips to literally ripping out the old flooring, I'm excited to add color to the space and finally finish up this makeover to show you our big reveal. Hello friends, welcome back to the channel. My name is Kim. If you are new, I like to make home decor and DIY content for this channel, and welcome back to our bedroom makeover. Here we are, super exciting. This is part 3, and this week we are going to be tackling the painting, hopefully moving in all of the stuff that I've made and bought for this room after we paint the space. That's really all we need is to paint the space, and then we can start moving things in. As you can see, we've done all of the molding. We have the crown molding, the baseboards, the beadboard, the chair railing, all the things are done, and I have caulked and wood filled them, so they're essentially ready to be painted. Which brings me to this little corner of the room here. All of our walls in the house is antique white by Behr. This is what the previous owner painted the space with, which I love. I love it downstairs. It catches the light beautifully, but I feel like in the bedroom it kind of screams too yellow for me, and I wanted it to be a little bit more neutral color. So I wanted to do obviously a two-tone for this area and then color drenched the rest of the space. So for up top, I wanted to do like a little bit of a sandy color, like more earth tone, beige, I don't know, like sand, I think a sandy color. And then for the bottom, I wanted like a taupe with like a green undertone. Like I wanted it to be greeny, but like not too green in your face. This is actually the color of our closet. If you haven't seen that makeover, I will have it linked for you guys. You see how like that's, oh my gosh, Beauty Guru. You see how that's like a lot more greenish. It's like greenish gray. Didn't want to go too far into the green. I've actually already decided on the colors for this room. I had these swatches up here for maybe 3 days. I wanted to see what it looked like at nighttime, during the day, at sunset hour, like all of the different times of the day and how the light hits the paint color. With much deliberation, I have decided, but before I share that color with you guys, I need to clear out the space, so let's do that. Finished covering the floor. I wanted to do that because the last time I didn't do it, I got like little paint splatters all over the floor when I painted. It's easy to scrape off. I just don't feel like doing that. It's such a hassle. And now we can start priming. For the walls, I won't be priming. I will be painting it straight away because it already has a layer of paint on it. The ceiling does need some primer because there's like exposed joint compound, and you need to seal that so that the paint doesn't seep more in the areas that are more porous. So it has to be sealed. And I'm using this to seal it. It's the Kills PVA Professional Interior Drywall Primer and Sealer. So I'm gonna do one layer of this before I do any type of painting. So I just finished priming the ceiling. I'm only gonna do one layer of primer. It looks pretty good. And then I'm gonna start painting, and I'm gonna share to you guys what colors I chose for the bedroom. So here we are. These are the satins. For the ceiling and the crown molding, it's going to be the same color. And I went with Sandy Clay by Behr. And then for our beadboard paneling, I went with Livingston, also by Behr. It's this really nice taupey green color, which I thought would really complement well with the Sandy Clay. I thought both of them together was like a nice contrast. Paint swatching and like choosing the paint color always makes me nervous because you never know what it looks like until it's like fully painted onto your walls. I remember when we were in our old home and I painted my bedroom. I didn't even swatch it. Like I just chose a random paint color in the hardware store and I got like this light gray color when we got home, and I painted the entire room, and I painted it at night. The next morning it looked so blue. I mean, it was fine, like it wasn't anything crazy, but it really wasn't what I was imagining in my head. It always makes me nervous to choose a paint color. I mean, obviously you can repaint if it doesn't look nice, but I don't like painting. It takes so long. So hopefully I chose the right one. So it's gonna be the same color but different sheens. For the ceiling, I'm gonna be doing a flat paint. For the crown moldings, the baseboards, and the chair railing with a beadboard panel, I'm gonna be painting them with a satin finish. For the walls and the beadboard, I'm doing an eggshell. Let's get started.
Soul a peace of mind, but you just wanna drink your wine and grab the glass and let it go down. But I can't hold you any longer. I can cope 'cause you're a storm. I wake up feeling even smaller, even when the storm is over.
Guys, we are finally done painting the room. Took way longer than I had anticipated. Initially I was like maybe a day, 2 days tops. It took me like maybe 3.5 days to finish painting, but it was well worth it. As you can see, I did something a little out of my comfort zone and decided to paint not only this like little accent wall, this taupey green color, but I also decided to bring it all across the room with the baseboards and also the molding for the doors. So there's like a little stripe pattern going on all across the room. I'm trying to experiment with like lines and patterns and stuff like that. I feel like I have been so heavily influenced with like the Nancy Meyers style, and that style includes like a lot of pattern and, you know, contrast and just all these cutesy little things. I installed a ceiling medallion. So that's fun. I took out the ceiling fan, which my husband's kind of sad about, but it's okay because he has a tiny fan for his side of the bed because I don't like fans. I'm not a fan of the ceiling fan. I got a really nice chandelier that I think would look really good in this bedroom. I'm waiting for it to arrive. It'll arrive next week. For now, let's unbox some of the things that I bought for the room. All right, the first thing I'm opening is this machine washable rug from Rugs USA. This is a small rug. I think it's a 3x5 that I want to put here on this corner because this is going to be like a small desk space for us to study, do our hobbies, stuff like that. So it comes with a rug pad. And this is the rug. It's so small. Look at this pattern though. She is absolutely adorable. It matches so well with the color scheme of the bedroom, I think. Okay, so that is how that's looking right now. The only issue is that it's covering the vent. So I think, I'm not gonna do it right now as we speak, but what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have to cut a hole where the vent is, and then, you know, so I can just put the cover on top of the carpet.
On me. Then what's the point to be alone? Well,
Alright friends, hello. It is totally another day now. I want to unbox my chandelier. I might have splurged a little bit on this, and story time. I was looking for chandeliers on Facebook Marketplace because I know that they can get really expensive, and I wanted like a really nice and pretty one. And so I was searching on Facebook Marketplace, and this ad, like this Bath and Body Works chandelier ad, keeps on popping up. Every single time I would search for chandeliers, this Bath and Body Works chandelier would keep popping up, and it's like brainwashed me. So Bath and Body Works, your ad worked for me, and I fell for it, and now I have the chandelier here because every time I looked at other chandeliers, like nothing just could compare to how beautiful this chandelier specifically looked. And I was like, you know what, it's been a month and I can't stop thinking about it, so I bought it. It's here and I want to unbox it with you guys, so let's do that. The sound of styrofoam, hold on. It's so gorgeous. I kept on finding it, right? Like every time I would search on Facebook Marketplace, it would show up. And so I've clicked on it a couple times. I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's too expensive, whatever. And then I scroll along. Well, the one time I was looking for chandeliers and it didn't pop up. So I searched it and I found out that it was sold out. So I was like, oh dang. And when I realized how much I regretted not buying it when it was sold out, that's when I realized that, you know what, when it comes back in stock, I should probably purchase it. And that's exactly what I did. So I actually got 2 rugs from Rugs USA, the one that we had initially unpacked right here, and then we have this one for underneath the bed. Yeah. Hold on. Ta-da! I think it's supposed to be like this, right?
You sure?
Because it can't be like this. Move it up, otherwise it can't be like that. That's too short. Okay. All right. Okay. Oh, look at that. And we can't slide it back in because the friction's not.
I was thinking maybe we can still center it while the bed is on the top, because like we can use the rug to pull the bed once the bed is in the middle. So I was thinking this, this one we can assemble it fully on the dito, right? And the bed could be in the middle. And then now we can move the bed around while the bed is in the middle of the rug. It's not gonna break, right? Because like the material is pretty strong. Move this.
You did pretty good. What the extra? It's so unnecessary, but it's cute. Now, for the next portion of this makeover, I am going to be doing our windows, partially because I don't have my curtains yet, but I am going to be installing our shades. And as you know, I am in a pursuit of having smart gadgets all around the house, one of them being our shades. And I'm super excited because our friends over at Canistu had sent me a couple of their Roman shades to show you guys. If you haven't already seen the first episode of this bedroom makeover that we're doing on the channel, you would see how I installed these Roman shades, and they are super easy to do. If you check out their website, they have a wide variety of of like different types of window treatments that you can choose from. They have cellular shades, roller shades, woven wood, zebra shades. My personal favorite is the Roman shades, and it's actually the one that I got, the Canisteo motorized Roman shade in Blackout Luna. The fabric color is light brown, and I absolutely love it. It's a super nice quality. You can see all 3 windows here already have the shades put up, and I'm gonna put all 3 of them down for you real quick because I want to demonstrate something. There is an option to have all channels available on the remote to work at the same time. So when you click it, all of them start to go down. Now that they are all down, as you can see, I want to do a favorites. I want this window specifically to open right underneath the beadboard, and then those 2 I want to open all the way. There's an option on the remote for you to have a favorites position. So I put a favorites for this one to open halfway and for these 2 to open all the way up. When I hold on to this button, the one in the middle, hold on to this button in the middle, as you can see, they're all opening at the same time, but they're all gonna stop at different lengths. So you can see this one just opens halfway, and then the other 2 open all the way up, which I think is really cool. Again, it looks stunning, beautiful, and it just makes the space look so much more elevated. Thank you again, Canisteo, for sending me over these blinds. And if you're interested in checking them out, I have a link for their website in the description below. All right guys, same day. It's completely nighttime now. My husband and I, we went on a little date night, which I think is nice because I feel like I'm always cooped up in the house doing random DIYs. So we went on a little date night. I completely passed out, and now it's almost midnight. So yeah, that's kind of where we are right now. I am going to be tackling the next project, which is this. This is going to be my headboard. I didn't film myself cutting this piece of plywood. If I had a choice and I didn't have any scrap material at home, I would probably use MDF instead of plywood for the headboard, just because I feel like it's a little lighter. But because I have this scrap of wood in my garage, I figured I would use it. So basically I just cut it to the size of the headboard I want. I want the headboard to be about 4 feet up on the wall, and it's gonna be hanging onto the wall. So this one is about 3 feet tall and then like 63 inches wide, because that's the size of the bed frame. And then if you can see the corners, they are rounded. I just used a paper plate, traced it, and then cut it with a jigsaw. So I didn't really film myself actually cutting this piece because it's pretty straightforward, and it was raining outside, so I had to do it really quickly. This is the shape of our headboard. It's nothing phenomenal. It's a really basic one, which I'm okay with. And I'm basically just gonna upholster the whole thing. I bought this poly foam. It's a 1-inch thickness, and it's just a 39 by 76 inch sheet. I got this at Hobby Lobby for like $27. I'm gonna cover that up with just regular batting. So for the first part, I do have to adhere this foam onto our board here.
Babe, I have the best news to tell you.
What?
So, thank God that you asked me to buy some milk, right?
Why?
Because I got reunited with an old friend.
What old friend?
Guess who? Guess who?
Who?
You can never guess, but guess who anyway?
John?
Dwayne! He
Really?
lives nearby!
Where does he live?
You know what he got too? You know what he got?
What?
Milk. and he said, no, I could have gotten this yesterday.
That's so funny.
I know, we just reconnected, and then I got his number. Look.
Aww. He looks so different now.
Yeah, I know, he looks happy. He looks great, actually.
You are like gold dust over me, just like an angel set me free. Where are you now? Do you feel safe? I don't need an answer, just need some space.
Now that I'm done spraying, I have soft light batting is what I'm gonna do next, just to cover the whole space, and then I'm gonna be stapling this on the back.
Do you still carry shoulder.
Now for the fabric, I was at Hobby Lobby. I'm so sad that there's no more Joann fabrics, because that was the place that I went to buy like fabric and that type of upholstery things, because they have like a wide selection of stuff, but unfortunately they are now closed. So I went to Hobby Lobby and they had a few selections, but not as much as Joann had. So I was in there for maybe like 30 to 45 minutes just staring at their fabric selections, trying to figure out which fabric to use for this. And I initially went with like this kind of like a plaid pattern, and then very last minute I changed my mind and I went with this. I know it looks horrible on camera, but it's like this champagne-y colored rugged style fabric. Honestly, I don't know if I would like it, but it could look nice. There's like texture on it and stuff like that. The fabric is thick. So I'm gonna try it out because I can't return it anymore, I think. Can you return fabric if it's already cut to how many yards you want it? Anyway, I bought 2.5 yards of it, so it was like 20 something dollars. If I don't like it, I'm just gonna cover it with a different type of fabric. Honestly, it's not the end of the world, and as you can see, it's fairly easy to upholster this headboard. So yeah, that's the plan.
Don't you be you and I'll be me. That's what it took to open my eyes. Don't need an answer, just a kind of reply.
Alright friends, I am back. It's another day, and I'm also back in the t-shirt that I used to paint this entire room, because we are unfortunately not done using a paintbrush yet for this makeover. As you can see, we have a little door situation in our hands. That's the door that we restored from our closet makeover. That's real wood. I really love how it looks. The contrast between the darkness of the door and the outline that the green trim gives it is like really pretty. The issue is these doors aren't solid wood or like real wood the way that one is. So I kind of searched online, and I forget who it was, but somebody used this product to literally just repaint their whole kitchen and made it look like it was real wood. So I bought it to give it a try. It's called Retique It, and apparently it's supposed to have like real wood fibers or something like that. So I got like a little set, which includes primer. This is the primer for the door, and then it has the liquid wood, so I guess like the paint. I got the dark wood base, and then after you have the dark wood base, you stain it with a stain of your choosing. So I'm gonna use the same stain that I used for the door. Hopefully, I don't honestly know how this is gonna turn out, but it's worth a try. And then once I'm done staining it, I am going to go back with triple teak, which is basically like a sealant. That's what we're gonna be doing today. I also got another package though, which I wanna do first because I'm too excited. And it is our new, what is it called? Switch plate covers, I think. Yes, our new switch plate covers. And I feel like light switch plate covers are always so, they're like looked over usually for makeovers. Like, it's not something that we really think about, but it's the details, you guys. It just feels a lot more intentional, you know what I mean, when you look at every single tiny detail, which I love. I feel like it's always the tiny details. I look like a mess. Finally finished prepping the doors. It's really not much prepping to begin with. I'm just taping off half of the door, as you can see here, because I'm only really painting and staining the front that is facing the inside of the door. I want to keep the outside white for now because I want to cross that bridge when we get there, because I don't want the outside of our second floor of our house to look like this, where one door is like brown and the rest of the doors are white. It's just not the vibe. I don't want that for outside. Oh, and also, now that we're in this camera angle, you probably see what I did to the TV here. I made a little TV frame. I tested it out because I think the sensor is right here at the bottom. This portion of the wood is pretty thin. It doesn't have any issues with turning on and off. I think it's pretty good. So this is actually extra chair railing that I had when I did this, and I kind of over calculated, and I really just needed 2 8-foot pieces, and I accidentally bought 4. So I put the rest of it to good use. But anyway, we're getting distracted. Let's get back onto the doors. Okay, I'm done painting the primer for the doors. It's a little concerning that they're very orange right now, but hopefully, you know, it's just primer, so it should be fine. I'm going to wait 2 hours before I can start with the liquid wood. I really hope this works, man. I just want it to all be the same shade, at least the same family tree, you know what I mean? While we wait for that to dry, I figured now would be the perfect time. I have like an hour left of sunlight to hang my mirror, and this is the mirror that I got from Facebook Marketplace. Oh my gosh, that entire drive was so stressful. When I left my house that day, it was still gloomy, but it wasn't raining, so I was like, it's okay, like a little gloom, it's fine. It went from 15 minutes to like an hour and 20. It was an 80-minute drive, and I was like, okay, it's because it's gloomy outside, like there's gonna be traffic, people are driving slow, whatever. No, it was pouring rain, and I was stuck in like standstill traffic on the highway. I got there in like about an hour and 35 minutes-ish. So it really wasn't that much longer than I had initially expected, but oh my god, I was so stressed out. Literally it was thundering. I wish I could have filmed it, but it was thundering, it was pouring rain. People were driving 20 miles an hour on the highway because it was that crazy. And then like when I got to the city part, like literally it was just a standstill. There was no movement for like a good 10 minutes on the highway. At that point I called my husband and I was like, this probably was not a good idea. Why did I do this? But I'm glad I did because ta-da! This is the mirror I got, and girl, I got her for $40. This is made out of, I think, solid wood, and then it's just like gold gilded. It's a solid piece of furniture. It's great. I did my tape trick, so I just marked where those little holes are, put them here, and then made sure that this was leveled. So now I can grab my screws. This is the drywall screws that I'm going to be using because I'm not unfortunately on studs, and they carry 105 pounds. So this clearly is not even probably 50 pounds, but I'm gonna use 2 of these so it can carry 200 pounds. Oh, here's another quick little trick. If you are drilling and you don't want the dust to get everywhere, you can grab another piece of tape, place it underneath where you're drilling to make a little shelf. That way you can catch all the drywall dust. Gosh! Oh, I love her. She is beauty, she is grace.
I saw you down the motorway. There was something about you that day. I can still hear the shimmering sound. The hill is near, let's get right up. Walk up to the very top. We couldn't tell the sky from the ground. I know my life will never be the same after that day.
Alright guys, I just finished staining the doors. Actually already started sealing it, so I used the one that came in the website, which is the triple teak. Just gonna do 2 coats of this, and then the doors should be done. While I'm waiting for the first coat to dry, I did buy a couple more things for the room. One of the other things that I purchased for the room, as you can see, are the art pieces. It's minimal, but it completes the room in my opinion. I also bought curtains because you know I like a blind curtain duo moment. I have the same curtains for all of the rooms I've made over so far. I like them because they're like this linen texture. They fall really nicely even if you don't train them, because you know how that went the last time. Oh my god, I hate it! The only issue is it's very light, like it's sheer, especially to the light. Because I'm not going to be using this actually, it's just going to fall on the sides. The blinds are gonna be the ones to do all the heavy lifting in terms of functionality for the windows. So I like these, they're sheer, they're pretty, and I got them in this like dark brown color. I figured dark brown might be nice to like anchor the room a little bit because there's a lot of light and bright colors, like light brown, light taupey green, beige walls, gold accents, like it's all bright. So I feel like having some dark accents might help ground it a little bit. And then for the curtain rods, I basically bought the same ones that I had in the front living room because I think they're so cute. They're the most adorable thing, and I feel like I have this affinity towards like brass animal looking items. So it's the same one that I have downstairs. It's a regular brass curtain rod, but the ends, you cap it off with these little cute little swans.
Despite all, you're my best friend.
Okay guys, my husband and his friend just got here and they dropped off the hutch that I was looking at, and it's here. She is so beautiful and she's big. Like, and I love the color and it looks like it's in great condition. I don't have to really do much to it. I think I'm just gonna really clean it and, you know, wipe it down and stuff like that. So this is gonna be what I'm gonna call the hobby hutch. And that basically means that we're gonna put all of our like hobby stuff in here, like painting, doing my nails, photography equipment, my husband's GoPro, his running stuff. If he wants to, he can put it here. This was $40. Can you imagine? That's insane. Also bought that for 40 bucks. Facebook Marketplace, guys. All right, next on our agenda is our office desk. As you know, I bought a little area rug for this area to kind of separate the little desk space of the room, but I forgot to take account the vent. So I'll show you what the problem is. So that you can see there's a vent right there on the floor. That means that the rug goes past the door frame here and it's not centered on this blank space. I'm gonna do something a little crazy and cut my brand new $60 rug.
My friends say the time's running out, so take the chance. Make a move, 'cause the store won't stay open till the end. Won't you tear my world apart? 'Cause I know I need to start.
That's so weird.
When it's over, I will see what I've done. Let it go too soon. Oh.
This is so aggravating to me. Just like slightly off. I think I'm gonna sit on it for a little bit and see if it like starts to warm up to me. Like the idea kind of sticks. I mean, I kind of don't like this right now, but I also don't feel like returning it. It's such a hassle. Hopefully I can make it work, but I don't know, we'll see.
Days pass and I'm still the same inside my head. And I can't stop thinking about what you said. I gotta tell